and welcome back to another review. Today's review comes from a Facebook ad that just got me. I saw the little video for it as I was scrolling on Facebook and I was sold. I was like, I really want to try that. That looks like a really cool idea. And it is the Subtl Beauty Stack. They did a video showing where a girl did her whole face with one of these. And I thought that the idea was pretty cool. I love the idea of a compact makeup system, especially if you are traveling or, you know, you just have a busy lifestyle and you have the type of lifestyle where you'd prefer to keep your makeup in your bag so that you can touch up throughout the day. I feel like this system would be a really, really good one for that. And especially if you like to do a more natural makeup look for your day-to-day, kind of like the look I have on right now. This stack looked like it would be good for that, just something quick and easy that just kind of enhances your natural features without going full on glam or anything like that. And also too, since the holidays are coming up, I feel like this could make a really, really good gift if you have someone in your life who would like this kind of like makeup system or likes to do a very natural face. This would kind of be a cool gift for them. You could definitely customize the stack for them, or maybe even give them a gift card and then let them kind of like pick out all of their colors and the products that they want. And I think that it would be a really creative gift to give somebody. You know, it's thoughtful, it's customized, and it's something, you know, that you don't really see every day. But before we jump into this little guy, I just want to welcome anyone who's new. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to me. I have a lot of fun things coming up next month because it is Vlogmas, so I would love it if you would join us for that. Also too, don't forget to like this video and leave me a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on Subtl Beauty, or if you've seen anything that you would like me to review. I'm always looking for new things to try out and test out for you guys, so make sure to let me know if there's anything like that. But for right now, let's go ahead and get into this stack. I'm gonna go over my thoughts on every product with you and actually use all of the products. This is the finalized makeup look, so you guys will actually see how I achieved this using the stack. So without further ado, let's get into the review. Before we dig into this Subtl Beauty Stack, I did want to first lay down a base and thought I'd go ahead and just do it here with you guys, just so that you guys can see everything that I'm using with this stack to create a natural makeup look. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my skin, as always, going in with my Milk Makeup Blur Stick. You guys can see I am down to the last of this one, but still got a little bit left. So I'm just going to prep my skin really quick with this. And I just realized I did not bring down my clips. So 1 second, I'm gonna put my hair back. Okay, much better. And then for my complexion, I'm just gonna go in with a tinted moisturizer. You guys already know, Smashbox Halo Tinted Moisturizer. I love this so much. I use the color medium and I did a full review on this, so if you missed that, I will link that video on the screen, but just gonna even out my skin before we go in with the stack. So there is where we're starting for my base. It still looks very skin-like, still very natural, but it helped to just kind of cover up a few imperfections here or there. So digging into my order here, I got the stack, which I customized. We'll get into this in just a second, but they had a promotion right now and every stack order came with their multi-use brush. This is actually a lot nicer than I was expecting. It's actually like a metal finish on it, and then I love the fact that it has a cap, just because then that way, you know, if you're packing it, especially like for travel and stuff, your brush won't get ruined in your bag. And this is kind of cool. It actually shortens as you open it, and wow, that's really soft. But you guys can see here, it's one of those dual fiber synthetic brushes. Really nice, super soft. So this seems like it's gonna be really good for blending. And I just can't get over how like cool that is. That's a really, really cool design. So far I'm impressed, but let's get into the stack here. So this is my stack, and as I mentioned earlier, on their website you can customize your stack so that you can get the perfect color for yourself and just kind of get like the perfect mix of products, so that you just need kind of like a one-stop shop. So in my stack I chose the Shine Control Powder because I am oily, the highlighter, bronzer, the lip and cheek tint, the concealer, and then on the very bottom of mine, I also got their little puff, which is super, super tiny. So one thing that I will say right off the bat that kind of trips me out about this is that I thought that this was gonna be a lot bigger. You guys can see compared to the palm of my hand, it's actually kind of small. I thought that the stack would be about like this big around. So it's a little bit less product than I was expecting, which is kind of disappointing because each piece here is $14. $14. I think that the puff was a little bit less, but still, I thought that you would get more product for $14. But one thing that is nice about them is that they do offer Afterpay, so you can split up your payments if you'd like to. But I'll go ahead and open up the stack and show you guys each piece. So here's the Shine Control powder. This is just supposed to be like an all over translucent powder. Then next up is the highlighter, which was actually kind of hard to unscrew. But here's the one that I got. I got Champagne, I believe, which the color's on the bottom. Yes, so this shade is Champagne. And then up next here is the bronzer. And this bronzer is in the shade Warm. And then underneath that is the lip and cheek tint. And mine is in the shade Dusty Rose. And then the concealer. And I got mine in the color Hazelwood, and it almost looks like it's gonna be a little bit dark, which I'm slightly concerned about. I did use their shade matching, but I do feel like I wish I had gone one shade down than what they considered to be my perfect match, but we'll see how it ends up looking. And then lastly in the stack, I also have the little puff. So those are all of the pieces to my stack, and we'll go ahead and get started here. One thing that I will note is that these are actually kind of tough to unscrew. So when you first get them, it might be a little bit hard to break them apart, but I would just say once you're able to, when you screw it back on yourself, just, you know, don't twist it super hard. But we'll go ahead and we will start with the concealer. And I'm thinking, I'm just gonna apply with my fingers. And we'll do one side then the other. So this concealer is a little bit thin. I thought it was gonna be thicker, although I don't know if it's just not as thick because of my lights. They're like really, really hot right now. I'm gonna apply it all over. And it actually is like an absolute perfect match for my skin. But if you've been here for a while, you know I prefer, especially for my under eyes, to go just a tad lighter on concealer, but that's fine. This is totally fine. This is doable. And then you guys can see this side has concealer, this doesn't. It actually has pretty nice coverage and it feels very, very nice and hydrating. I will say in order to get this much coverage, you do have to put on a couple of layers, which I don't mind. But since this does match my skin perfectly, I'm just gonna go in and kind of touch up a couple of areas where I have like a lot of imperfections. And it looks like it blends really, really nicely with your finger, but because it is so hydrating, it looks like it can slip, so you definitely need to set this. I look like a huge grease ball right now. I haven't like done any powder so far, so that's why I look extra, we'll call it glowy. So all done with the concealer. Like I said, it actually sets pretty nicely. So I'm pretty impressed with that. And the color match is perfect. Like I said, it's just, I do prefer for my under eyes to be a little bit lighter, but it was kind of nice because then I was able to use it to spot conceal a few other areas on my skin. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and set it right away just because like I hate creasing and stuff. So I'm gonna take the little puff right here. It only fits on like one finger and I have small fingers. And then I'm gonna take some of this Shine Control powder and just dab it. In just a few places. And I'm gonna use this puff just for the eyes, but to set everywhere else, I'm gonna use the brush that it came with. Concealer is set. One thing I will say is if you use the puff, it like rubs some of the concealer on the powder, which isn't the end of the world, just letting you know so you're not surprised if you do end up getting this, but pretty good finish so far. But let's go ahead and move on to the bronzer. So here's the bronzer, and I think I'm gonna go in with the brush. Just gonna take a little bit. Sweep it on the cheeks, up on the forehead, down the jawline. Okay, so this color is really, really great if you are medium tan, maybe even like medium deep and stuff. This color looks like it gives like a nice depth, a little bit of warmth, kind of like everything you want a bronzer to do. And it's really blendable. I'm actually very shocked. I wasn't sure what to expect here, but it is super blendable. I almost feel like though, you need like two of these little brushes because you'd want one for color and one for the translucent powder, but cute. Okay. All right. So next up, I'm going to go into the lip and cheek tint right here. And I guess I'm just going to use my fingers to dab on the cheek tint and then the lips as well. But you guys know I've been really liking kind of placing my blush a little bit higher just to kind of pull back the face. But oh, this color is really nice. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but in person, it like looks so natural. You do need like a couple layers of it though, just like the concealer. I feel like these products start out very, very light and then you just like can layer it on, but it looks very nice, very healthy. This color is so perfect for fall. It's got like a nice depth to it, but it's not like too deep where it drags your face down. It's kind of like the perfect color, again, if you have medium tan skin. And I really like how easily this blends out. Just a little bit on the forehead and a little bit on the nose, chin, just kind of balance it all out, but pretty. And then go ahead and do the lips right now, why not? Okay, so this tint isn't that hydrating on the lips. I would definitely put a balm down first next time I use it, but the color is really pretty, just like it is on the cheeks. It almost looks like a stain in person, which I really like whenever I'm working with like a more natural kind of face, but pretty color. I love that the cheeks match the lips perfectly right now. And then finally gonna go in for the highlighter, and hopefully the bronzer is not gonna interfere too much. But, oh, actually, I just realized I probably shouldn't if I'm gonna use this brush for all over. So I'm just gonna press it in with my fingers then. I don't know how much I really need a highlighter right now because I am so glowy, but you know, it's fine. We're trying all the products. A little highlighter on the nose. Can you tell the difference right now between the highlighter and just me being oily? Like, honestly, can you? But anyways, one thing I forgot that I had wanted to do was I wanted to use the bronzer as a shadow. So I'm just gonna take it right on my finger and just kind of do it as like an all over wash. I'm not gonna like try to get crazy and like do a whole crease look or anything. Just wanna give, ooh, that's super pretty on the eyes. Wow, I really love this for my eyes. I'm shocked. And then finally, I'm gonna set the whole thing with the translucent powder. Just kind of gonna try to get in there and break through that concealer patch there. I'm just gonna scratch it off. Yes, I wouldn't use the puff to like dip in and out because that was like not working. So I had to scratch off the top layer. So wouldn't suggest doing that in the future, but I am gonna go ahead. Oh wow, I can really tell that this is effective when I go in to use it on the whole face because I am definitely seeing it mattifying. Looks nice, like when it's all finished. All right, and this just like looks so simple and just like natural. Like you can tell that I have some makeup on, but it's not anything dramatic. Just kind of like I did a little bit, just enough to enhance my features, just a tad. But I'm gonna finish off my face, gonna do some eyebrows, going in with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. God, I love this stuff. Like look at the difference that it makes. Then finish with mascara. So face is all done and I'm gonna get really up close here with you guys because I did want to show you. You guys can see on the concealer it's already creasing, which is obviously not ideal. I'm gonna pat that back out because it was creasing pretty dramatically. So that is one thing that I don't like off the bat about this is that I feel like the concealer could definitely be better in its formula, but as like a spot conceal kind of a situation, I actually do like it just like on the face. So I think with this, when it comes to the concealer, I would use one of my own concealers like the Dior one, but not Tarte Shape Tape with this because I feel like this stack gives such a natural look that the Shape Tape would be too heavy. But yeah, for under eye, this concealer doesn't really work, but it does work pretty well on the rest of the face. The Shine Control powder is really nice because it does mattify without taking away a glow. You guys can see my face doesn't look too flat or anything. It still lets a nice healthy glow come through, but I don't look like the huge grease ball that I looked like when I first had everything on without the powder. The highlighter, now that I can see the spots that have highlighter versus just oil, is really nice. It's a really good color. I like that it's nice and neutral. And then the bronzer I think is my favorite in this stack. I just really like the tone of it. I think that it gave a really good depth. I loved how blendable it was and I really love it on my eyes. I know that it's like very subtle. You guys can probably barely tell in the camera, but it gives just like a good wash of color, enough just so that my eyes don't look so flat. And then I also really like the lip and cheek Cheek Tint. Again, the color's really nice, super blendable. I do wish that it was a little bit more nourishing for the lips because like I said, I do feel like I can't wear it alone. I need to have a balm underneath it, but still it's a really good color, really pretty, very, very natural. So overall, I do like the stack. I do like the fact that it is very, very travel friendly. This is definitely something that I would pack in my carry-on on like a long plane ride if I want to make sure that I freshen up before I get off the plane. This wouldn't be the only makeup I would bring with me to travel because if I want to do anything more dramatic, this just isn't gonna cut it. But for very, very natural day-to-day looks, this is really nice. I like how quick it is. And then for non-travel, I actually like the idea of keeping this in my purse just in case I need to, you know, blot out any oily patches throughout the day. I love having the shine control powder on hand, reapply my lip tint, things like that. And then you could even break it up if you decide that you want to carry this in your purse, but say you don't need to carry something like the bronzer and highlighter. You really just want to do the shine control powder, the lip and cheek tint, and the concealer, and then maybe the little puff. You can definitely make it more compact for just like every day carrying it around in your purse. So I think that that's pretty cool that you could even like customize it even further to kind of fit your like everyday day-to-day lifestyle. So overall, I do like this. I think that this is a great idea. For the most part, I do like the products in here. Are any of these my favorite products in the world? No, but they're all effective. They work exactly like how I would expect them to work. Nothing is blowing me out of the water, but I don't necessarily need that when I'm just talking about like an everyday casual face. So if you've been looking for like a compact makeup system or something that's easy to carry in your purse, or you're traveling and you want something compact to carry in your carry-on, this is definitely a good option. All right, you guys, well, that is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Subtle Beauty, whether or not you would get this little beauty stack, and also make sure to like this video. Lets me know to do more reviews for you, and also make sure that you are subscribed if you are not already. I have Vlogmas coming up here, lots of little giveaways that I want to share with you guys, so make sure that you are part of my YouTube family if you would like to hang out with me during Vlogmas. And I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.